What's up, CHFFL, and welcome to the Week 9 preview. We are getting into the home stretch of the season after finishing up interleague play, and just as a reminder, our playoff tiebreakers, if you have the same record as a team, we first look at your head-to-head matchup. So these last 5 games against the other teams in your conference, incredibly important. We're going to go through all of them. We got 2 very important matchups for playoff implications this week. I've been 31-17 in my predictions on the season, and let's jump right in to the Fortnite Conference, where the game I said is very important for playoffs, Salty Springs Spartans Swan against Parker and the Snobby Shore Pistol Whips. They're both 4-4 right now, and it's going to be one of them as the third team in Fortnite. Risky Reels and Watson Thrills play the Dusty Divot Dark Vikings, and Keanu Chug Jugs play the Tilted Towers. Now, there are 2 things to keep in mind. One is that Swan and Parker are fighting for the 3rd spot, but 2, either Stan or Marty could still come out with the first round bye. Alright, so let's go matchup by matchup. First up, we have the Spartans against the Snobby Shore Pistol Whips, and since teams are kind of a little more lopsided now, I'm going to go into a little more detail on the games that are important from here on out this year. So this is a crucial matchup. Parker won the first matchup, so if he wins this one, it puts him in the driver's seat for getting that 3rd playoff spot. However, he's got an uphill battle this week with Joe Mixon on a bye. He's starting all these boom-bust guys. He's got this Mike Davis starting at running back, John Brown, who's either like 25 points or 6. DJ Moore, rookie, had a big couple of weeks, but has not been consistent throughout the year, so who knows what's going to happen with him. Swan has a lot more stability in his lineup, starting Hopkins, Cooks, and Edelman this week. I know he's been on kind of a downslide and had trouble picking which of those receivers outside of Hopkins, who's always in his starting lineup, who he's had a hard time picking who to go with. I'm still taking Swan. I just think this is not the right week for Parker, and that's a real shame, but it'll make things much more interesting if they split their head-to-head matchup going forward. Next, Risky Reels and Watson Thrills against the Dusty Divot Dark Vikings. Minnie's coming off a strong week, and his roster actually doesn't look too terrible right now, but Marty's finally back to full strength. It seemed like he had injuries or buys every week. Elliott, AP, Antonio Brown, Gronk, Greg Olson, all starting for him. So I'm taking Marty. I just think those 5 guys are better than what Minnie has. I don't know if Minnie has anybody who could even get on that list. So going Marty at the easy pick. Next, Keanu's Chug Jugs against the Tilted Towers. Stan, easy matchup. He's fallen 1 game behind Marty, but the 2 of them are still both in contention for the first round bye. I'm taking Stan. I'd like to keep an eye on how Nick Chubb progresses with the new head coach and offensive coordinator, and also still watching Josh Gordon. Every week he has the potential to become a huge part of the Patriots offense. We'll see if this is that week. Going over to the anime conference, I have a special little number from the Pokemon anime, the English adaptation. The entire soundtrack for the first season of the anime holds up incredibly well. We have the Super Mario Star Power against Gordon Smash, Full Metal Alchemera against Soul Eater Leonard, and My Girly Girly Literature Club against Your Thighs in April. Now in the anime, you kind of have the same situation where I'm kind of in the lead now to get the 3rd playoffs place, but Brad and Mark can still threaten me if either of them manage to beat me in these second round of games. And then Wes and Max are both competing for the first round, or the first seed. So definitely still have some good storylines, even though we've kind of spread out in terms of how good the teams are. Now, Roy against Max. Roy has some tough matchups. He's got Juju and Ben are both playing Baltimore, of course, and that you never know how that's going to go with the Steelers. And then I think McCoy is playing Chicago. That's rough for him. Max is missing OBJ, but his lineup's still crazy strong. I mean, he recently traded for Emmanuel Sanders just for this type of thing, so he can plug in a solid wide receiver too into his lineup. I'm taking Max. It's just not the right week for an upset for Roy. Next, Full Metal Alchemera versus Soul Eater Leonard. This is kind of an interesting game to me because it's not out of reach for Brad, and if he could pick up this win, it definitely improves his playoff chances a lot because you expect Wes to beat Mark and myself. Wes had a solid Thursday, nothing great, but he has a lot of people that are his fill-ins or his flex guys are on bye this week. Brad has some capable running backs. They're not big name guys, but I'm looking at their scores recently. Aaron Jones, Tariq Cohen, blanking on who the third one is, Chris Carson maybe, but they all could have really good games for him. I'm picking Wes, but I think this could be closer than Fantasy Pros and ESPN is projecting it to be. And the game of the week is my Girly Girly Literature Club against Mark's Your Thighs in April. And hey, Aang, you were just game of the week last week, and I'm biased. It was either going to be this or Parker or Swan because these are the important games. This could be Mark's last chance to be in the playoff race. He needs this win against me so that I don't have the head-to-head matchup tiebreaker. He's got Barkley on a bye, though, which makes it really tough. He is starting Jared Goff this time, which last time we played, he started Baker Mayfield over Goff, and it might have won me the game. And Julio is what I'm concerned about. He hasn't scored a touchdown all year, and in past seasons, Julio always has 1 or 2 games where he puts up like 40 or 50 points. I'm still picking myself with no Barkley, and I have Gurley and Adams both going. I feel good, but I think this will be a great matchup. Lots to watch as we move on to the final stretch of the season. Hope you guys enjoy it. If you missed my video on a summary of interleague play, I'm going to put that down in the little corner there. Like, subscribe. We'll see you guys. Good luck to everybody.